What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. So today we're going to be going over Baby Doge, we're going to be going over Bitcoin, and we're going to look at the technical analysis for both of those. And we're also going to go over some of the new stuff that's now going on in Baby Doge, like the burn portal. We just now got the preview for that, so we're going to talk about that as well. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. Let's get straight to it though. So let's talk about this. First things first, we're going to look at the technical analysis for this. So we all know that we already had a resistance previously with Bitcoin and Baby Doge here, and we did hit this on the 24-hour. I've been talking about this, the 8Z1170, and that's actually what we bounced off here. So we bounced off that pretty briefly, and now we're just struggling to try to get back up there again. So let's go over here to the 4-hour chart for Baby Doge. Now, 1250 is still going to be that resistance for us, but we already know everything is following Bitcoin. So the main thing that we really want to look at is Bitcoin, because right now we're at a really strong point of resistance for Bitcoin. Just like Baby Doge got rejected on January 14th, it's the 16th now. But just like we got rejected on the 14th for Baby Doge, the same thing happened for Bitcoin, and that was at 21K. Now we're at 21.1K, and we're still getting rejected. We're trying to get above that, but it definitely looks like we might actually be able to get above it. Now, we've been doing the same thing. We break past the resistance back here on the 6th of January, right? Let's go all the way back there. So look, the 6th of January, we break past that resistance before we even go over that. But look, it's the same thing. We break the resistance and then we trade sideways for like a day or two, and then the same thing happens. We break that resistance again, boom, trade sideways for a day or two. Same thing happens again. Then you look back here and we break that same resistance and then go sideways for like 6 days or so. So we're seeing the same thing back here where we broke the resistance on the 14th of January. And now you're seeing that sideways trading movement. But now that we are past that sideways trading movement, the next thing that we're looking at here is the next resistance. So we really have to get past like 21.5K, but let's just go to the 4-hour chart. That's really more long term. So now on the 4-hour chart here, you can see showing we are having high activity. It's still high buying activity. So because you can actually see the green area. Whenever it's green over here, that's supply and demand of more demand. So it just shows that there's more demand in these areas. So for it to say high activity inside of a more demand area, it kind of indicates that it's going to be high buying activity rather than high selling activity. That's what the indicators are pretty much saying. And then on top of that, you're seeing down here on the oscillator, we are actually on the bottom side of this selling wave here. So on the oscillator, whenever it's on the bottom side and it's showing the red selling wave, that's pretty much the selling going on. And now we're at the peak of that wave. So we should be having buying coming in right after that. So now we should be having another buying wave like the one back here. So with all that said, what we should be going up to now next inside of Bitcoin will probably be up around 22K to 23K. Now there's moderate to low activity from 22 to 23K, but I think there is going to be a resistance point there. Now, something I've been talking about a while is $10,000 Bitcoin. Obviously, it didn't go all the way down there like I thought it was going to go all the way down there. Everyone pretty much thought it was going to go a little bit lower, but I mentioned that either from 14K to 10K was going to be that major resistance. And actually, if you look at our major support, if you look at the 1 week chart here, you're going to actually see that it's pretty much true. So we hit nearly 14K, like we stopped at about 15K. So we almost hit 14K, stopped at 15K, didn't necessarily go all the way back down there. So something that we really got to look at now is what's showing now. So I definitely think that there might actually be a chance for a bull run now, but it could stop early, it could stop late. Nobody exactly knows. But what we do know is that there is a high activity here. Whenever it shows high activity, it's high activity for institutional investors, dark pools, large whales, all that good stuff. Another thing that you want to watch is for, like, we haven't had a green candlestick on the 1 week chart since way back here. And this is actually alarming right now. We haven't had a green candlestick on the 1 week chart ever since the 21st of March of last year, which is pretty big because that's a long time. And obviously, these are what the indicators, like if I turn off the indicators, you're going to see obviously some green candlesticks. But we haven't had one this large since the 21st of March. So that's pretty significant. And now you're seeing the uptrend indicator here. On top of all of this, We're also seeing down here on the oscillator, we've seen this overselling area. We obviously had a lot of overselling like coming into this year from March going all the way down, March of last year going all the way down to July, August, all that good stuff. And then we had more selling happening. But you've seen that the selling was slowing down. And then here, there's a little bit of selling, and now you're seeing that bullish signal. So I think that this actually could be the beginning of the next bull run. Now I don't 100% know. No one can actually 100% know whether or not it's gonna, just run all the way up from here. But I do think that there is going to be some more purchasing bringing us up. Now, if you go back over to the 4-hour chart, it's showing possibly around, and the reason why I'm going over this, not doing this technical analysis on the Baby Doge chart, let's be completely honest. We're all following Bitcoin. Like, you can't look at Baby Doge and then know where the whole crypto market's going to go by looking at a Baby Doge chart. You have to look at Bitcoin in order to know where everything else is going to be going. So that's just a general rule of thumb when dealing with crypto. Now, our next major resistance area, like I said, is all the way up here at about 28K. So I do think that we could possibly get to 28K, but that's going to take a lot of buying pressure, and we're really just going to have to wait and see. Now, another thing, you also want to see what are the largest Bitcoin wallets doing? What are the largest wallets inside of Bitcoin doing? Are they buying massive amounts of Bitcoin, or are they selling, or are they not doing anything? So that's the main thing that you want to do. Let me put this inside of a dark mode. But that's the main thing that you really want to look at here when you're dealing with this. So what I typically like to look at is the last in, which is the last purchase, and then the last out, which is the last sale. You always want to look at the last purchase that the largest whales had and the last sale that all of them had. So that's the main thing that we want to look at when we're on the Bitcoin charts. So first of all the top whale wallets, they're typically the exchanges, typically. So right now we're seeing over here this whale wallet doing lots of buying, but like I said, they're typically exchanges. You want to look at the ones that aren't all the way at the top, right? So kind of backing out from here and going all the way down to like this one right here, right? This whale wallet right here, the first time they bought was in 2022, and it was on November 22nd. The last time they bought was 3 days ago on the 13th. So this is definitely pretty interesting, but $19, that's not much. And you see all that. But it's showing that people were actually buying in around 16K. So if this, like, let's just say this one thing. Millionaires don't put $330 million into one asset. That's something that billionaires do. Whether this is a billionaire company or some kind of trust fund or something like that, or an exchange, doesn't matter. What does matter is on the 22nd of November, a billionaire or a billionaire company put $330 million into Bitcoin at $16,000. So a lot of people are trying to call the bottom at 16,000, and they're saying that we already hit the bottom. That could be true, but we do want to proceed with caution. You don't want to just throw all your money in right now because you think that we've reached the bottom. I do think that it is a possibility that the bottom could have been reached. But like I said, you always want a dollar cost average. So I've bought some Crow, some BNB, waiting for it to settle. Gonna send it over to my trust wallet and then get some other stuff. But yeah, like I said, you always want to be careful whenever you're dealing with stuff like this. Now, looking at some of these other all these other wallets, like I'm really right now searching for the 2023 wallets. So that's probably your best bet to see the wallets that bought inside of 2023. So this wallet bought on the 5th of this month. This wallet has never sold, by the way. 5th of the month, the 2nd of the month, and then before that, they haven't bought any since July of last year. So 250 Bitcoin bought on the 2nd of January, and then $8.4 million, which is 500 Bitcoin, on the 5th of January. So it's looking like all the top whale wallets are actually doubling down and buying more and more crypto and more Bitcoin. So that's probably a good signal that we could have hit the bottom. But like I said, nobody can predict this. That's why I always say I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice, because nobody can predict it. I thought 10 to 14K could have been bottom, but maybe it was 16K. That's only 2K off from 14K. So I'm not too worried about it because you always want to, buy in dollar cost average is pretty much what I'm saying. Now, there are still people that are selling. Like But this is just small inside the grand scheme of things when you look at it. But anyways, let's go over more baby Doge focused stuff here. Now that we know the direction of the market right now, if Bitcoin gets up to 28K, pretty much what I'm saying is if Bitcoin gets to 28K, then you could possibly see baby Doge getting all the way up to 8Z2250, and that's the major resistance after the 1250 area. Our next major resistance for baby Doge is at 8Z2250. So that would be a good run up from where we're at now. So I'm definitely looking in on that. And also, as you can see here, our holders now at 1,654,653 holders. That's all good over there as well. And you can see here, I'm still farming. I got 15.1 billion inside of the farms here for baby Doge. That's $16.46. Doesn't look like much, but when you think about it, when we get to our target price, if we get all the way up there, then that's going to be pretty good. So I just like to look at the numbers and look at the reels for this. If you really think about it, at 61, it may not look like a lot of money, but off of $16 in rewards, that's definitely good. So I'm not even worried about that because I have even more baby Doge just chilling, right? And then we also have, so anyways, the price over here is at 1080. I also wanted to show something else because the amount of money that I have in baby Doge just inside the farms is like nothing. Like I have more money inside my other wallets, but $77, just inside of the farms, just to kind of put things into perspective here for people. So even if you have something as small as $77, right? You just divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1080. That's pretty much where we're at with our price. That's 71.2 billion inside of baby Doge, bringing up to about 61, and then boom, you have your number here. So this right here, the number is 61. That's our target price. That's $7,000 off of $70, $77, 7,100. That's a lot of money, $7,000 off of $77. And then if you think about all the other, if you have more money inside different wallets, like I have more inside of my other wallet, inside of my ledger. So just kind of putting things into perspective there. And as for all the other stuff with baby Doge, we're now at 31 or $33.13 million in liquidity for baby Doge swap. So all that is good as well. And also, if you want to look at DeFi Llama, a lot of money has been flowing back into DeFi. Like we were at 38 billion in total value locked in DeFi. Now we're at 45.23 billion. So it seems like everyone thinks it's about to go on a bull run. A lot of times it's a major letdown and it doesn't. But hey, we're gonna have to see. Some people think that this is a bull trap. Some people don't think it's a bull trap. We're just gonna have to wait and see if it is. Right now we're at rank 141. Sheep is definitely about to pass us. I can see out already. Right now, Sheep is at rank 149. Like they're climbing far and high right now. 7 days ago, 15% up inside the last 7 days, 30% up inside the last 30 days for Sheep with $30.95 million locked. So yeah, we're gonna have to do more. We're gonna have to rise more inside of Baby Doge Swap if we want to stay above the Sheep army. But anyways, the Ether scan for Baby Doge is now fully updated for the search. That's something that they put in here, which I really don't care too much for because I don't use Ethereum for Baby Doge. I mean, the fees are just ridiculous for Ethereum. So I just don't see the point of that because ridiculous fees on top of the 10% Baby Doge fees, there's like no profit margin in that. So I would never use the Ethereum one. But if you want to, because you don't trust Binance, then here it is. But if you don't trust Binance, do you really trust Baby Doge? Because Baby Doge is built on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's just something that you kind of got to think of. If you have a feeling Binance is going to shut down or crash, then that means Baby Doge will crash with it because it's built on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's just something to think about. But yeah, I don't really care for Ethereum much or coins built on Ethereum until the fees go down. Ethereum is definitely one of the strongest out there. But until the fees go down, I'm really not worried about Ethereum. But anyways, here's the burn portal sneak peek. I actually zoomed in on it here. So here it is. You can see the dashboard here with the Baby Doge burned inside of the portal. So here it all is. Now over here it says the amount of Baby Doge to be burnt. It shows how much you'll burn, and then you can enable it, and you can burn it, all that good stuff if you want to do all that. So go ahead and do what you want. Anyways, this is the burn portal. So this is pretty much all I have for you all today. But yeah, Shout out to everyone that sticks around here. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Let me know what you all want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.